What up, folks? This episode of the Smoking Tire Podcast is brought to you by Sunday Lawn Care, aka Purely Just Sunday. I have been using this stuff for like a month now, and it is fabulous. It's fabulous. Here's how it works. I don't know anything about lawn care, right? I imagine 80% of you guys don't know anything about lawn care either. And those of you who do, be nice to the ones that don't. It's not our fault. We've been studying other things. Why are you supposed to know about lawn care? It's not. It's a forgivable thing to not know. But Sunday, they know what you don't know. So all you could do is you go to getsunday.com and they put your address into their search engine. It analyzes your local terroir, analyzes the size of your property based on like Google Earth, and it spits out a combination of products that have natural ingredients with names of things you can pronounce like seaweed, iron, molasses, and not just random chemicals. And they send you a pre-formulated packet for you to use on your lawn. All you do is you plug these little pouches into the sprayer on the hose, and then you spray your lawn. It takes like 15 minutes. When the pouch is empty, you toss it. That's that. That's the whole thing. You don't have to do anything else. And then you just sit back, chill, have a cigar, and watch your lawn turn awesome. That's it. They explain exactly what you get, why you're getting it, and everything is waiting at your door when you need it. It used, you know, lawn care, if you really got into it, it could take up your whole day. Now it takes less than 15 minutes. Even if you're an experienced home gardening professional, Sunday could work for you. So go to getsunday.com/tire. That's getsunday.com/tire to get $20 off your custom lawn plan at checkout. $20 off your custom lawn plan at getsunday.com/tire. We are also brought to you today by the Blackview DR750X Plus Series Cloud Dash Cam. It's a mouthful, but listen, hear me out. If you've watched my videos, and I assume you've seen at least one of them, things happen. When you're rolling camera, things happen. I've been rolling camera and I've seen people dragging logs. I've seen people doing push-ups in streets. People have been crossing the road at random street corners in on a horse. You see crazy things, and that's not even talking about the potential for fraud, for an accident, or to capture something that makes you super, super YouTube famous. Dash cams, point being, come in handy. And the newest Blackview DR750X Plus features an upgraded Sony Starvis sensor, giving you stunning clarity and vivid colors, even in the most challenging of situations. It's got extended dynamic range, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, if you're filming, let's just say at night, dynamic range is the difference between light and dark. So if you've got a dark night and your headlights are shining on something, shiny, like let's say a license plate, it means the license plate could get blown out, making your dash cam not that useful. During the day, colors and details are preserved with HDR, high dynamic range, throughout the whole frame. What I'm saying is this Blackview DR750X has an excellent dynamic range, which ensures day or night quality visibility. 1080p HD at 60 frames per second in the front. 60 frames per second is important because you can do slow-mo and get extra detail in the instant replay. The Blackview DR750X Plus features a built-in voltage monitor, letting you hardwire your Blackview for ultimate protection when you're away without draining your vehicle's battery. And they make these battery backups too that are really cool. That'll keep the thing going for like days. It's like a security camera when the car's parked. You can rest easy knowing you can check in on your car at any time and even receive notifications on your phone. The Blackview DR750X Plus series dash cams you can rely on. So go to Blackview, and that's VUE, blackvue.com/TST. Use promo code TIRE to get 10% off any Blackview dash cam. Free shipping on orders over $200. So go to blackvue.com/TST and use promo code TIRE to get 10% off any Blackview dash cam with free shippings on orders over $200. I needed some water in between those two, especially because we're being featured by Tradecraft Farms, which sometimes you can get a little bit of that. It comes with the territory. I have I'm not saying that that caused it this time. Yes, I am. It definitely did, and that's just a side effect that happens when you are blazing the firest fire on the West Coast with retail locations in Los Angeles County and other distributions to other dispensaries in California where it is legal and very, very civilized in that regard. I was celebrating 420 last week, also my wedding anniversary, with some Tradecraft Farms, and my neighbor, whose name is Lawrence, which I really like because the neighbor in Office Space, his name is Lawrence. I went over to Lawrence's house to present him with part of my sponsorship materials for 420, only to find out that he had a jar of Tradecraft Farms on his kitchen counter before I even got there. He was buying the stuff before I even supplied the stuff. How about that? I'm just so happy to be able to do this ad read every week. I really am. Give them a follow on Instagram, Tradecraft Farms, or visit any of their retail locations in California if you are on the West Side. Thank you to Tradecraft Farms for sponsoring this and every episode this year of the Smoking Tire Podcast. All right, on this episode of the show, Spike Feresten is in the studio. And because I'm recording this intro before we're recording the actual show, I have absolutely no idea what we are going to talk about. But that's okay. We'll probably talk about the LA Cars and Coffee, Malibu Cars and Coffee gossip. There will probably be some impressions of Jerry somewhere in there. We might crap on Johnny Lieberman because that's like a sport at this point. And I love Johnny, just kidding. And I imagine there will be at least 3 very quality Zuckerman impressions involved as well, and probably some Porsche talk. Spike Feresten on the Smoking Tire Podcast.
With what?
Mach-E.
Yeah, I saw that. I forgot about that.
It's cool.
We're getting a Model Y. This will be great.
Oh, yeah?
Wife competition.
You want to race them? Is it a lease?
It is,
then
yeah.
Let's take them to track days.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Long-term rental.
I wouldn't want to upset Elon Musk.
I would.
And I know you wouldn't either.
I'd like trade you for a week.
I haven't even got it yet. It's supposed to come next week. But yeah, we can figure it out.
If you were so, did you ever get a Mach-E press car?
No.
Oh, you should get one.
They
as a
were
press
about
car.
to get one, and then I blew it off. I don't know.
Oh, you should get one as a press car. It's an interesting car.
Yeah.
It's like it's very
That's
nice.
what's interesting, precisely interesting.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Excuse me. As opposed to like what's so different about the Targa you're driving compared to the coupe you were driving. You know what's?
Yeah. No, I know. I'm not excited to drive that. I haven't been excited to drive a lot of things. I've been busy.
You're just not excited to drive things right now?
No. I will be. It depends.
The last month, driving has gotten substantially less exciting.
Right.
Traffic is back
It's
in a
back.
big fucking
I was
way.
going to mention that. I just got in it. School buses. It's a
It's
mess.
fucking, I mean, everything. It's just fully back. When we were at Bill's, did I see you at Bill's on Sunday? I don't think I saw you this past Sunday. Christian, my friend Christian, the music guy,
Right.
and we double-headered Cars and Coffee. We started downtown at
Right.
9 a.m. Cars and Coffee that was trying to be sort of a Luft-like experience,
Right.
but vintage off-roaders.
Okay.
Decent first effort, if I'm
Yep.
honest. Not a great turnout in terms of non-vehicle owning attendees, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
not a lot of randoms, but like still a decent first turnout. But then we took the Safari to that. We then left that, came back here, got the McLaren 620R,
Oh, wow.
and went to Bill's.
That's great.
And so we double-headered a second stop Bill's. We left Bill's at 11:45 p.m. to come back to Venice, my house, 13.8 miles. Took an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah. You mean 11:45 a.m.?
A.M.
Right. There was an accident, and then there was a light out. I know. I got caught in that same mess.
Oh, were you?
And I almost took
brutal.
an old car, and I said, you know what, I'm going to take something new. And I don't know what I had. Oh, the BMW, the M8 competition coupe thing.
Oh, yeah.
But
It's like a yacht, isn't it?
So happy I was in that.
I
Oh, man,
know.
it was bad.
I mean,
It
I was in a
bad summer
McLaren.
traffic.
I was in the McLaren with the carbon.
Yeah, that's not good.
But still, it wasn't my Countach.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like, so it was
It's
like
summer,
loud and
man.
uncomfortable, but the air conditioning worked and it wasn't like overheating.
Yeah.
And I wasn't having an anxiety attack, which is what happens when I get stuck in a traffic jam in one of my own old cars.
Have we already begun?
Yes.
Oh, we're already in. Oh, hi, everybody.
You hadn't turned it on yet. You were waiting. Were you like winding it up and waiting?
I was just waiting for some sort of professional introduction.
Ha! I do those at home. I don't waste your time
Welcome
with
to
that.
your listeners.
I record those separately on my own time.
The Smoking Tire people. How are you, Smoking Tire people?
What's happening? It's nice to see you. Welcome.
As long as we're going to speak about bills, when are you putting this one out? It's probably already out, right?
This one Thursday.
It's live to a small number of people.
Oh, right now.
Right now,
Okay.
But then the show is like Thursday.
We have the Audi Rs E-Tron. Did you see that?
Ooh.
Debuting 2022 at Bill's.
At Cars and Coffee.
Audi reached out and said, would you like to debut this car at your Spike, your Cars and Coffee? I said, yes, I would.
Oh, you taking ownership of the Cars and Coffee?
And they
That's a
said that was their second question. Is it your Cars and Coffee? I go, well,
Depends who you're asking.
Who you're asking, but it's mine. It's Jay's. It's Matt's. It's nobody's. It's who are you? The Board of Health? Or you?
Do you have any legal obligations?
No. Then it's Bill's. Let's just say it's Bill's. But I will help you debut this car there. So at 10 o'clock Sunday in Malibu, the Country
That's
Mart,
fucking cool.
which is now open, by the way. They open up the lot at 8 o'clock and everything's fine. Just everybody keep their cool. The police are still there.
Everybody
They're
be
just
cool.
chill. They're there. They're just chilling.
Yeah, both the officers. I forget one of the officers' name, John something or other. He knows.
One's got a 308.
Yeah, they're
cool.
They're like, look, as long as everybody's cool, we're cool. They come and they talk to the guys, and it's going to be fun. And we'll have this new 2022 RS E-Tron
Awesome.
GT there. I know. Audi picked Bill's. They said, we want to debut it here on the West Coast.
Is that because the Audi design studio is right there, and there's those German guys who work at the design studio, like
I know.
right up the road
Yeah,
from Bill's,
yeah.
and they're always hanging out there.
It is not anything to do with that. It just has to do with the visibility that we give this place.
It's hilarious. It's so funny.
We give this place such a high visibility that
It's the quail of the South, really.
I think so. It's easier than
God
going
damn,
up.
is that a good-looking car?
Yeah, there it is.
Wow, that looks excellent.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Zach and I, this
I didn't
past
get to
week,
drive it. I just want to drive the damn thing.
Are they going to let you drive it?
Well, that's what I asked them, and this is how they responded. So
They said we'll bring it to your picnic.
I mean,
we'll bring it to your eggs
people
and
have
coffee.
driven it. Like the European outlets have all driven it.
Yeah, it was here, and it was gone so fast, you know.
Zach and I drove Taycan Cross Turismo. The
Oh, yeah, I
Taycan
saw
wagon.
that.
Taycan
Yeah.
Outback, as
It's
it were.
beautiful.
First fucking person to go full Outback color scheme. Like from the first Outback, 1995, with that branding on their Taycan Cross Turismo is the winner. That's the fucking, just gotta go full Paul Hogan.
Paint it yellow.
Hello, mate. Sport utility wagon. That's not a good Australian, but you get my point.
Do you think they will sell a lot of those?
I think they'll sell more of them than the sedans. By the way, drive impressions are embargoed for like a couple of days.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't talk about how it drives. We can talk about anything else except how it drives.
The Taycan's selling extremely well.
Yeah,
is.
sold
And-
20,000 last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all over LA. They were seeing them
Yeah, they're
everywhere.
beautiful. I
Yeah.
see a bunch in my neighborhood. They're
I'm
great.
getting very angry when I'm seeing people driving them slowly. It is really, knowing how fast they are, it is so frustrating to see someone driving one like 7 under the
Well, they
speed
care
limit.
for it. They like it.
Is that what that means?
Tell me what the real range is on that thing. Because when
drove
I
a
had
4S
it said
per-
220,
Yeah.
but now I'm hearing you can get as much as 300 miles on a
I
charge. Is that true?
personally drove a 4S 293 miles on one charge without trying. Normal mode, 73 mile an hour cruise. I mean, I guess that is kind of trying. Like I
Right,
wasn't
right.
like I wasn't hypermiling. I set the cruise at 73 and I drove from right here to Palm Springs and back.
Wow.
On one charge. It was
No way.
293 miles and I had like 18 miles or something remain. So I personally experienced a theoretical, and I drove, very close to 300-mile range. And the two-wheel drive car, that was in a four-wheel drive car. The two-wheel drive car has the same battery,
Yep.
but only one motor.
Wow.
So it gets even better range.
Yeah, it's a huge winner.
Yeah.
Huge winner. And it feels like a Porsche.
100%.
Yeah.
It feels like a fucking electric Cayman with a zillion pound-feet of torque.
Right. What about any sort of automation? Is there any sort of automatic driving mode in that thing?
Even if there was, I didn't even attempt
Driver
to
assist.
look for the button.
Anything?
I hit the button that went traction control off.
Kill
That's
me
the
button.
button I hit.
Does it have a kill me button?
It fucking puts your foot on the floor. I mean, you know, in Taycan Turbo S, man, you do two launches back to back and you're nauseous.
It made my wife scream. It was great. It was fun.
Hannah said, "Please never do that again."
Yeah,
and that was in a
no,
4S.
It's worth it just to get it to do that.
Yeah.
It's super fun.
Zach and I, this is not a driving impression. It's just a thing that happened. We did that, but I had the rear wheels on a little bit of gravel because we were like leaving the thing, and it'll fucking light them right up. I guess not a drive. I guess maybe that is a driving impression. It will light them up.
Oh, yeah, sure it will.
Absolutely.
I mean, we filmed the regular Taycan last year for Proving Grounds, and Lee Keen drifted the shit out of it and then did axis spins.
Yeah, rules. But I can say the wagon, it really makes a lot better use of the rear seat.
Yeah,
like, you can fit not just people, but tall people, and then you've got a nice big trunk.
Yeah,
it's a big-ass hatchback trunk.
I would use it.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe I should have got one of those instead of this Model Y.
It's double the price of the Model Y. I mean, that's the problem with a Taycan argument. It's the same thing with Mach-E.
If I handed that off to my wife and watched her destroy a Porsche, I would be very upset. That would not improve my life. That would make my life bad.
The base Taycan, you know, that was like the $85,000 one that was really like almost $100. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this. This is amazing. This is the best.
Right.
But then I was like, wait, it's 100,000 like real, you know, dollars. It's like, nah, maybe not.
Yeah, no.
No.
Ultimately, they don't thrill, right? This is just about not polluting. And
no, it thrills, but it doesn't. It's not a thrill that I personally am in a position to spend extra to, you know. We got this Mach-E that for a commuter car is really fast. It's really fast, like the Model Y. It's really fast.
Why did you decide on the Mach-E and not the Model Y? Because I did all the research, and all roads led to Model Y over and over again.
I mean, I don't know about research, but I drove a Mach-E for a
what I'm
week.
saying is I was a customer in that segment.
Right.
And
That's
I
not how
kept
I buy
going
cars.
through everything and going, this is the one.
Okay.
Even though I didn't want to lease a Tesla.
What was your priority? That led you to priorities
oh boy,
that led you to
that's too
that?
abstract. It's just it's my wife, it's her personality, it's my kids, it's
I don't
charge,
have any of those
it's
things.
miling, it's how many miles to the charge, it's what's going to happen when she forgets to plug it in for a couple of days, it's how she likes to load groceries. There were about 50 variables.
Okay.
Right.
Well, most importantly, the thing all I ever want for anything is that the people who buy cars to be happy with what they've bought.
Right.
I don't give a shit what anyone buys at the end of the day. I just care if they're happy with it or not.
But safety also matters.
Sure.
Okay.
Is the Mach-E unsafe? Did I miss something? Is there some horrible crash test result
I have no idea.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying that's another consideration.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that about Ford or the Mach-E in any way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's not just about people being happy, but it's also about people being safe for me.
What about the charging network? You didn't mention that in your list of things.
And
but
the charging network was another one.
Okay. Are you not just charging it at your house?
No, I just happen to be in a couple of weeks where I have a friend who's got a house up in Tahoe, and then it's like, hey, you have to come up to Tahoe, and hey, I have a Tesla, and then I let this guy, he had Tesla fatigue, so I let him drive the Polestar. I had that Polestar too. And he said, this is great car, but it's got no charging network, and I need to drive up to Tahoe, and Tesla has that run. And
but
I was
that's
like,
that guy. That's not you.
But then I found myself going to Tahoe 2 weeks later, and then I saw those charging networks, and I thought that's kind of useful. It's kind of useful.
But you have a Defender.
I know.
If you were going to Tahoe skiing, you'd 100% be driving a Land Rover Defender.
But it's not me driving. It's the wife.
Well, then
and
whatever.
she said, and by the way, the Y was supposed to be delivered on the day we were leaving. She goes, we're taking the Y. She goes, we're taking it.
Okay.
So we're going to use that network. That's the way Erica is about it, right? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, if it's your wife's car, buy what the fuck your wife wants. That's the number one rule.
She doesn't know what she wants. I know what she wants.
carry the two.
Everybody who's married understands how what I'm saying right now.
I know exactly what you mean.
She knows what she wants, and she has no idea what she wants.
Yeah.
Right? Do you hear what I'm saying?
I do, yes.
So I know, and I thought my friend Kevin, who has that Tesla, I thought that he was pointing at the charging network. I'd never really considered it, but there will come a time when she will want to go to Palm Springs, like you said, or she'll want to go to Las Vegas to visit her relatives or something.
Sure.
And if there's no charge network, I'm going to get yelled at.
Sure.
So that's ultimately what led to that why.
All right. There you go.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I've been dying to
those are
ask
all
you,
good
and I'm
reasons.
sure you've covered this in your podcast over and over again, but if you would.
Why I didn't get a Model Y?
No. I want to know your thoughts on that accident that killed the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
And his self-driving. I mean, I've been following a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's such a fascinating story, and there seems to be Elon Musk is putting out one story, and then
the last
Consumer
person-
Reports and everyone else,
Yeah.
and the eyewitnesses are putting out different stories.
Yeah.
I would love to know Matt Farah's take on all of this.
So my take is you can never listen to Elon Musk as a primary source on Tesla. Never. Never. Because obviously he's literally speaking as almost like a defendant, right?
Yes. On the claim that you can't put this car into...
Which is bullshit. It's complete bullshit. It's
And Consumer Reports did it right away, but
yeah,
they,
and so
they
is
were
a million
hanging...
people on Instagram.
So is Pornhub.
Anybody.
And did everybody do
100%.
the same thing?
I have personally activated autopilot on a lane on a road without lane markings. That is 1,000% possible.
But when
And
Consumer Reports did it, right? They
did it without a person in the
They
driver's
hung a
seat.
chain
Yes.
on the left, and they put some rolls of tape on there.
Right.
And then the guy moved over to the passenger seat and
Yeah.
left his leg in there, and they were on a closed track, right?
Right.
Has someone else done it?
A lot of people on the
without
internet
the
have done
tape?
it. And they
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
devices that are designed for this.
What do you mean?
Like a little thing you clamp onto the steering wheel that is designed to fool the torque sensor.
It's a weight. You know, in
It's
the
a
beginning,
weight.
we were using like oranges. They worked, or you could hang a bottle of water. And the water, you didn't want the water to be full because if the water jostled, it would act like a hand was gently moving the steering wheel, and then people could just autopilot for like hours and hours and hours.
So, but Elon Musk isn't exactly lying when he says there's no way to do it the way they
Here's the
present the
problem.
car.
Here's the problem.
He's not saying it's not possible to hack the car because
No, it's not hacked. Hacking is an
But
inappropriate word.
it's a slang hack. Do you hear what I'm saying?
The problem is
Yeah.
Tesla
There's no roll of
offers-
tape and a chain in the trunk of the car to go.
Right,
Go ahead.
right.
This is how you do it.
No,
This
but
is
it's
just
a
hack. It's a
well-known
life
thing
hack.
among Tesla people
Right.
that it can be done.
So the
Okay,
so the dude in Texas, is that what they were? And his buddy, they're out at a party, they're
Yeah.
drinking, they come outside and go, "Hey, let's do this. This is going to be fun," right?
it seems so.
Were there some grapefruit fruit and string on their
I
steering wheel?
don't
Do
know.
we
I don't know. I don't know. This is the problem because if you
Right,
get one
right.
detail wrong, the Twitter army jumps on your throat. So you don't want to. You literally cannot speculate.
One of
But-
the other party goers leaving the house said he overheard him say something to the effect of,
Yeah, this will.
"We're going to go test
Yes.
drive this autopilot deal."
So
right,
Yeah. So they then crash and they then die.
right into a tree.
Yeah.
And then how do you account for the speed in that situation? I know you're
can
just
set-
guessing, but
You can. I mean, you can set that thing at any speed.
Right.
You could set autopilot at deeply illegal speeds.
so they've set a destination. They put on a speed. Don't go
They
fast.
fucking crashed.
No,
you don't-
I know,
there's
I know,
You don't
but-
have to do anything. You literally can just hit the autopilot button and then just not be paying attention for 2 seconds.
Without a destination?
Yeah, you don't need destination.
yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just going to
It'll just-
drive
yeah.
with aimlessly.
Yeah. And you can and it will just drive and then inevitably it will fuck up and have a crash.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
If there's no one there to fix it. So obviously the problem is there's no driver monitoring system in Teslas. Okay, they use this torque sensor on the wheel instead of the driver monitoring system. Cadillac, with their Super Cruise system, the Super Cruise system in Cadillac,
There's a camera, right?
and the quote autopilot system in Tesla, from a hardware perspective, are exactly the same. They're exactly the same. There are two differences between these systems. One, Cadillac's system has a driver monitoring system. Tesla's does not. Cadillac's system is heavily geofenced, meaning it only works on single travel roadways with very clear markings. It's very binary. You can turn this on now, or you cannot turn this on.
Right.
Teslas you can turn on anywhere. Anywhere. And it will and if you turn it on the wrong place, it will fuck up almost immediately. I tried to turn it on the Snake. Remember
Right.
when the Snake was open? I tried to turn it
Yeah.
on the Snake. It made it 50 feet before having a massive fuck up.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And if I, hypothetically, instead of turning it on where I turned it on, turned it on maybe a couple of 100 yards earlier up the road where it was straighter, and turned it on and then got out of the driver's seat, well, it would have had that fuck up and I wouldn't have been there to fix it.
How quick do you have to react?
Quick.
You do. So this is a raccoon in the road all of a sudden.
These cars have unbelievable fuck-ups. Have you never seen any of these videos?
I've seen a couple.
These videos are batshit.
Yep. No, I know.
The cars are the worst. You wouldn't allow your children, if another teenager drove like this, you wouldn't allow your children anywhere near this car.
So use it on the highway, but don't use it on the...
Absolutely. You have to be your own judgment.
Right.
It's an absolutely unsafe way to sell.
And it's an impossible thing. You know, I was driving up to Camarillo in that BMW M8, and I was using their BMW assisted driver, and you know, it's got adaptive cruise control, and it's staying between the lanes. It's not doing the ping pong thing, and there's a space of time that I don't remember where I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, shit, have I been not paying attention to the road for 10 minutes? And it really highlights this new skill set you need, where you can't chill out like you want to, but you might.
Yeah.
And if you're a writer like I am, you're daydreaming about things.
It's a messy middle ground.
It's a messy middle ground, and it needs its own
100% of the liability is on you during that time.
Right, right.
Tesla will fucking hang you out to dry if you got into a crash during that period of time.
Right, right.
That's your problem.
If Zuckerman were here, he'd be so happy with this.
Of course. I can't wait. I can't
let me take over.
They're going to be flying me to fucking Mars.
How badly burned were they? Were they burned real bad? Ooh, I'll put that in front of the jury. Yeah, this'll be good. I'll get a speedboat.
But humans are
I can't
very
even
bad.
I'll take those carcasses and turn them into Porsches like I do.
We're really good at hand-eye coordination. Like steering a car.
Yeah.
So if you have radar cruise control, which is definitely a safe system at this point,
right?
But you still have to steer,
right?
You are required to pay enough attention that you're in a very safe scenario,
right?
The distance control is a proven system at this point, and your hands are a great fucking steering system at this point.
Are you like me? Do you root for it to just work really well? In that ride, in this M8, right, it was one of the most relaxing 101 drives I've ever had. In traffic and then moving with, you know, I wasn't bumming on the traffic, you know, it would slow down to 10 and then it would go up to 65. I was so happy. I felt taken care of by this car.
I mean, radar cruise control makes a road trip fucking infinitely easier.
But it's the possibility of the whole deal that got me excited. You know what I mean? I really do want it to work. I hate to see it fall apart.
But I don't want it tested on the fucking street by strangers.
Well, how do you test it?
By you investing the resources into professional testing.
I guess. I mean, that only goes so far, right?
Well, but it goes
eventually
a lot further.
We have to get onto the moon. Eventually, we're going to have to do
something.
something.
I think if you had engineers do it, it would take longer, but at least you'd have people behind the wheel that are paid to pay attention. Because what they're doing now, which of course gives you R&D at a rate of 1,000x versus what you could do if you bought or hired engineers to do this. You know, if you have 100 Tesla engineers that their only job is to drive around the country and test autopilot, well, how much faster are you going to get all that R&D if you have 100,000 cars doing it?
But the problem is that person as an employee has got to be trained, certified.
Yeah.
There has to be logbooks. There has to be, you know, all kinds of stuff.
No, I'm in support of the engineers testing it. I'm saying I can understand why Tesla's not doing that because they're just getting way more data way faster.
Right, but I'm saying it shouldn't be legal to not do that. It shouldn't be legal to release a beta software that is incredibly half-baked to people, because it's not just the person in the car that has consented to this. I'm on my fucking motorcycle, Spike. You know how many Teslas there are in LA? And people on their fucking phones not paying attention when they should be? And I'm lane splitting on my motorcycle. Like, I didn't consent to be in the fucking autopilot beta test, but like, one of them cars fucks up for 2 seconds, I'm dead.
Oh, there's so many more problems on the road, though, Matt. Than that.
But not problems that a fucking...
The unskilled drivers of Los Angeles.
But that's not a problem.
Insanity.
But that's a problem that you don't need a computer to solve. You don't need an entirely new
you need weaponry.
To solve.
You need like a 30-06 to solve what I'm.
You need training, certification, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Road safety.
Yeah, I guess.
Infrastructure.
I don't know. I think
stuff that already exists.
Don't you think the horse is out of the barn at this point? where it's too hard to stop it. And
I don't think it should be treated as an inevitability at all. I think in order to get I don't think it's too late to stop it. I don't think it's too late to consider the people that haven't consented at all. I don't think it's too late at all. No. I think in order to get to that place that you think we are inevitably going to get to, it will involve billions or trillions of dollars and millions of hours that need to be proactively invested every step along the way. And they don't have to be. That's a choice every day.
How do we get rid of slow left lane drivers?
Yes.
That's my priority.
Oh, my God.
It's getting much
Start with
worse out
Germany's
here.
level training and infrastructure.
You
It's
have
not that
a
hard.
great big following out here in L.A., and I'm encouraging you folks on the weekend in the left lane, start using your headlights. High beam these motherfuckers as much as you want. They're breaking the law. They're doing something wrong, and you shouldn't feel guilty about doing that.
They started ticketing people in, it was like Vermont, a couple other states, left lane lurking.
I wish the cars and coffee cops would go do that on Sunday. Because
That would be nice.
It's crazy. It's so crazy to be passing people on the right all the time who are just dicking around in that lane. And I'm not lying. I high beam everybody right now.
I do.
I
do
yeah,
too.
I have no problem flashing. I used to hate that guy. Now I'm just doing it. You got to get out of the way. I would say maybe 30% of people understand. The rest get upset.
That whole general attitude of we'll all get there eventually. It's like, no, you're actually an active participant in this process.
Yeah, I don't. It's pretty clear that people don't understand that they're not supposed to be in the left lane driving slowly.
Yeah.
They think it's totally fine to be parallel to that car.
There's a section of the 90 freeway going into Venice that's about 1.5 miles long. That's not quite public, not quite surface street, and not quite highway. Begins as a surface street and becomes a highway over a period of about 1.5 miles. And people maintain that surface street period speed well into where it is very clearly the highway part.
It's
now.
upsetting.
It drives me fucking nuts.
It's deeply upsetting, Matt.
It is.
How did Segura get that McLaren? Didn't he get the 650 after you?
No, he got a different 620. It was he got an orange one.
What
I had a
happened to
black
him?
one.
Did he break his leg or something?
Oh yeah, he fucked himself up real bad.
Broke his arm.
That wasn't
broke
a
couple of
Photoshop?
things. No, he broke a couple of things. He fucked him playing basketball, right?
He was trying to dunk. He was playing one-on-one basketball with
It's always
with
basketball.
Bert
I think it's an,
Kreischer.
oh shit, I'm old now.
And with Bert Kreischer, and he tried to dunk. And actually, to Tom's credit, like they showed a video later, like he dunks on 9-foot hoops really well.
Oh,
But
yeah?
he was trying to do that, and he just hit the ball off the rim and just fell backwards and put his arm back and just like broke
not good.
broke his upper, whatever the bonus behind your
There's
bicep.
video of it. It's fucked up.
Yeah,
And the memes
I
about
watched
it
the
are
video
great.
once and almost threw up.
That's
He's chilling though. He just got his Cayman GT4.
He did?
Just picked it up. Yeah.
wow. It's good to see comedians getting cars. I like
What is
this.
he's so excited about
Yeah.
it too. He's been texting me
I
for
know.
fucking
We got to
3
get
days.
him
like,
to come out on Sunday.
what color was it? It is. Oh god damn it! What is the color of this fucking?
Well, you know
thing?
what we should do? Let's
It's
get
not arrow blue. Not quite.
Oh,
Arrow
that's
blue
great.
is very similar to.
I know the color.
Shark blue.
I don't like
You
shark.
see the new GT3. Go to camera 5, Zach. That's that 5. No. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I hope I'm not blowing up Tom's spot, but Jesus, camera
nice blue.
delay of game. Yeah, arrow blue. It's a very nice black wheels GT4.
We should get.
With
Has
the
he
stick.
done Jay's Garage yet? We need to get him on Jay's
I ain't
Garage.
his fucking agent.
Huh?
I said I ain't his agent.
That's
I
just a
don't know.
question.
I don't know. Do you watch?
Just a simple question.
you
I'm not saying. Just, I want to bring in as many comedians as we can into the car thing as quickly
Support
as
that idea.
possible. And if he, once he's there, then he's in. He's in forever.
I hooked up Segura with Laura at McLaren, and he got some. He got a couple press cars.
Yeah.
I got him in the game.
I saw that.
Yeah,
That's
he's
good.
really very excited by the whole thing.
Of course. Who doesn't like press cars?
He's
It's
like, wait a minute, you mean?
Yes,
Tell me.
I know. Because, you get bored with show business stuff. This is different. This is way different.
It is.
And they usually
his
look
car
down their
reviews
nose.
are funny.
Oh, actors, comedians, writers, we're not going to give you a press car. You're not a journalist. Years and years of, even when I was on Seinfeld and I was bothering Jerry and we, he's talking to the president of Porsche, Wiedekind, and I would meet these people and they were like, we can't give you a car. And Jerry, I think, that's my son.
I saw. Yeah, is everything okay? You think?
With him, he's going to be asking about computer problems.
Oh, well, that can wait till the end of the show, I
This is something
think,
you'll
right?
learn. And you may already know how to do it. I now know how to build computers from scratch.
Oh, no, I don't.
Thanks to my kids. And
That's cool, though. That's a fun skill, right?
It's for someone my age, it's like, let's not do this. Can I just go to Dell and buy the computer? Because this is really just flushing $3 or $4 grand down the toilet, and then you do it, and you're like, well, boy, it's amazing. And you know, we built one at Christmas, and it's up and running, a big gaming computer. And right before I came here, I installed a new drive on his computer, his gaming computer for tonight. So that's what this is about, how to partition it and the rest of it. But there's a YouTube video for everything.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yo, so you were talking about Jerry and calling the VIP people.
Okay, so I got a GT3 press car right toward the end of Seinfeld. It probably was the most exciting thing that happened to me in the last 3 years, and I had been writing for Seinfeld for 3 years.
Wait, the GT3 was well after Seinfeld ended.
Oh, really?
2003
okay,
was
so
the GT3.
What is the first year GT3?
In 2003.
Okay, so that's when it was.
Yeah.
So it's right after, after Seinfeld, I guess. That's right where it was. Yeah, and it was Thanksgiving, and I went to Post Ranch Inn, and I had no idea of miles or anything else.
Pre-Bills?
Huh?
That was the pre-Bills? I know. That's the place on Mulholland, right?
It is.
Yeah,
no, it's up at Big Sur. Like, I drove up to Big Sur with Erica.
Post Ranch. Yeah. Oh, that's like the primo shit.
Did 2 or 3 speeding tickets. It was amazing. It was really, I was really just, I am going to enjoy myself. I was so afraid that Porsche would be calling me Wednesday with these speeding tickets. I didn't even know
that it wasn't connected to the car at all.
Yeah, I thought Wiedekind would send a note to Jerry, and I was screwed.
That's hilarious.
It was really exciting. A lot of exciting things have happened in my life, but that is probably one of the most exciting. This idea of this free car that I don't have to rent for a weekend. That's the best of the best and the newest. Boy, did we have fun. And Erica drove it on Highway 1. We had a great time in it. But then after that, forget it. You're persona non grata. And I always thought, well, they must have seen the tickets. But
turns out you had no audience.
I'm not a journalist. No, I'm not doing it. I'm a writer. I'm just doing other writing things in entertainment. They don't care about that, right?
That is probably true.
So I understand.
It's nice to have your first, like, for you and Segura, your first press car is like some $200,000 fucking car.
Yeah.
My first press car was a Nissan Cube. Like, I worked my way up through many levels of shit boxes.
But really, any free car dropped off is good.
Well, it wasn't free. I had to do a bunch of stuff for it. I'd argue when I was younger, I did a lot more.
I don't like to do that.
I made a whole produced film with a plot about that.
Isn't it enough?
You took it to a shooting range.
Yeah, I did all that. It was like
props.
2-day shoot. Like, it was ridiculous.
Isn't it enough that you're driving it? And taking pictures of it now.
Now it is. Yeah,
for great
sure.
Matt
This was
drives it. That's it. He likes it. He talks about it.
Exactly.
We had, what other press cars we had on Seinfeld? Now I'm remembering there were a couple other ones. Volkswagen called up and said, "Would you like us to drop off 4 new Beetles for the writers to use?"
Wow.
The Jerry said yes. They called Jerry about it, and so they dropped off like M&Ms, a yellow one, a red one, a blue one, and an orange one, and we got to use those for about a month.
We literally can't get any of the magazines to take these. Do you? People at Motor Trend told us to go fuck ourselves, and
we just didn't understand what was happening, like why there were these extra cars, but we would go out and use them. We had Jerry's 97 Defender. That he let all the writers and staff use. You could take them home. That's all we had was just the drive home and back to work every day. So
and did the companies ask for any kind of outlet, or were they expecting anything?
No.
Or was it?
No.
Wow.
I think Jerry driving a Beetle would have got popped by the paparazzi,
right,
so that might have. They might have cared about that.
Just on the off chance he might grab one and go to lunch one day.
He did, he did. He was photographed all the time in those. But
was
it was a time when we had helicopters, flying over our sets. Like every inch of us is kind of covered by stuff. But still, it made no sense to us, but super fun. I like that Volkswagen. It was fun.
I just came across this on Instagram this morning. It was a thing for sale. And you know how if you're like really close to the Porsche family, you can get them to build you cars that don't exist?
Everybody is sending me this car.
Green car?
It's great. It's really interesting.
It's a Targa 4S.
Yeah.
Green, tan top, standard looking interior, maybe just kind of brown or camel or something brownish. Fuchs wheels. Or Fuchs-like wheels. It's like a 991.2, I think. Targa.
You're gonna have to put it's got a Gt3 RS engine and drivetrain, right?
It has a Gt3 RS engine and gearbox, but connected to the all-wheel drive system of the 4S.
Let me see did you find it?
It's probably, I don't know.
Everybody has sent it to me.
I just
in
thought,
the last few months.
like 6 people sent it to me too, and I thought it was very cool.
Yeah, and it's
oh.
very Porsche family-ish, this car. You know where you're going to find it is on Instagram.
Calvin from Porsche just texted. He's coming by the shop in a couple minutes to drop off the sunglasses I left in the Taycan. But I said, we're recording. If you dare, drop in. So, I don't know. Calvin from who's in charge of the Taycan program at Porsche might drop in.
Oh, good.
I don't know if he's going to be down with the on-the-record chats, but we'll see.
Yeah,
if he stops in.
Did you find this car?
Is that no? I don't know where it's just. It was like in my fucking Instagram messages.
All right.
It's not something that's worth us like taking. Oh,
it is.
Here it is.
Did you
Found
find
it on the look on the Instagram is PTSRS. Look on that Instagram. That's it. Yeah, PTSRS is the Instagram. It's the second post. The undercover Gt3 RS. PTS Oak Green Metallic 991 Carrera 4S Cabriolet with the 500 horsepower engine and PDK from the 991 Gt3 RS. Built by Porsche and MTM for Dr. Ferdinand Oliver Porsche, son of F.A. Porsche. One of those special family cars with a mind-bending combination of components only possible by a select few.
Let's look inside.
Inside, we see Luxor beige leather throughout the seats, center console.
That's kind of normal for a Porsche family car.
Pretty normal looking.
The wheels don't look great on it, I don't think.
Per the seller, in reality, the best part is the 4-liter, 500 horsepower NA engine from the Gt3 RS. PDK gearbox from Gt3 RS has been converted for the all-wheel drive drivetrain. Per the seller, this resulted in an additional 270,000 euros on top of the car's price, appraised at 429,000 euros. Now listed for 382,000 euros with 22,000 miles on the clock. That is crazy.
I'll give you 40,000 for it.
Did I say Targa? It's not a Targa. It's a Cabriolet.
Yeah.
It's a 4S Cabriolet. I don't know why I said
There's
Targa,
such a long history of these weird cars. We used to get pitched them by Jerry's guy, Sam Cabilio. He would call up with weird cars, and they always looked like this, and they'd have weird
always sleepers?
interiors, just things you'd never heard of. I almost bought this. I should have bought it. It was, and this is years ago. It was like a '75 911 that had no paint on it.
None?
It was just the steel.
That's kind of cool,
with clear coat on it.
That's cool. Really?
And it was such an odd bird. It was just a test prototype that they did for the hell of it, and they wanted nothing for it. And it was so freaky looking. It was just like, what do I do with this?
That's cool, though.
I would buy it now, but
of course.
Yeah, but back then it was just like, no, it's not exactly what I like and buy. I like low mileage originals. And
when I went to Leipzig to do the factory tour and experience center and blah blah blah, they had a couple of these weird family cars.
Yeah.
And there was one that was like a turbo before the turbo was publicly available, and there was one that had this really funky plaid paint on it, like just some really strange.
Yeah. They're always
stuff.
like that. They're always like that. Like, what's wrong with the Porsche family?
Yeah, they're always on some
Why
weird
can't they
shit.
get normal cars and just do something to the engine and make them great?
I mean, the idea of a GT3 and a sleeper convertible, there's a Calvin.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's
what is
cool.
Calvin doing here?
Dropping off my sunglasses. I left them in the Taycan. I wanted to give him a tour. Unfortunately,
He could come in and we should be talking about how the car drives. So let me tell you another thing about how it drives. Oh, Calvin, I'm sorry. We're gonna post this a lot later. Don't worry about it. I can see it going over live. Yeah, well, whatever. What are you gonna do? Arrest him? Do you really have an enforcement body at Porsche? You're gonna punish him? It's not going to happen.
You know what else we had?
Does anybody get punished? Has anybody been punished lately
for
by
breaking
a car
embargoes?
Company? Yeah.
I don't know. I've never personally broken an embargo, so I don't know.
Did you like my comment under your post?
About what?
About the embargo?
Oh, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. What did it say?
It was very well liked. Oh. Let me cut to the chase and give you my review now, since I haven't driven the car yet. It's better than the last one, and everybody should buy it. Oh. There you go. What else do you need to know?
That's the Johnny review. That's pretty much the Lieberman.
This is my review.
Did you drive it yet?
No.
I get
But
it.
why
get
do
it
I
again.
need to?
Well, because you should. Because it doesn't drive like the old car.
Is it better?
In my opinion, no.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's better. It's faster.
Well,
Feels nicer.
if faster means better, sure. Yeah.
Did you like the car?
I liked it, yeah, but I didn't like. And my reviews are out, and the embargo's off, and blah blah blah. But like, and the Porsche people confirmed this. The regular cars are so fucking fast now that they really wanted to make the GT3. They wanted to move it towards motorsport more than they have done for each successive generation of GT3. So this regular GT3 to me feels a lot like the last GT3 RS, but with a really aggressive alignment on it.
That's about right.
That's what it feels like to me.
Yes.
And so
That's how they do it.
it is, but in my opinion, it wasn't
pattern.
It didn't make it more fun or engaging than the last
Definitely
one.
not.
It's
It's going to be 6% better.
Yeah, something like that.
That's the way it goes.
But I would spend my personal money on a last gen touring with comfort seats and a stick and call it a day.
No, you always got to buy the latest, greatest.
No, you
Here's the
don't.
thing, though. I
Why?
think
That's dumb.
because that's what Porsche's about. They make them better and better and better and better. They just keep getting better and better.
Well, I don't necessarily. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think that's true.
Well, I know you don't. You're not a Porsche guy.
I don't
like
think
I
the
am.
2014
They get
GT3
better.
was better than the previous 997.
Look, there's only one
GT3.
exception. Is the 4.0 is an exceptional car,
Yes,
but
it is.
still, I would take the new GT3 or GT3 RS over everything else.
The
I would
992 is
start all
very,
over.
very big.
I love them. They're great.
That's okay.
I'm in one right now. I'm in this like Targa.
Yeah, it's like 3,900 pounds.
Yeah. It's not that. It's a car I just enjoy. I don't get off on weight or no weight
understand.
or too much weight. I don't care. I just the enjoyment of the car and how it feels and Porsche's improvements in driving and how I feel when I'm
I
in
don't.
it.
I don't think the
this
new
992
GT3 is an improvement in driving. I think it's an improvement in speed. I don't think it's actually any better to drive.
I know, but it's the 992.
But that. So
I like
what?
the 992 better than the 991.
Okay.
So that's
There you go.
what I'm talking about.
All right.
It's this thing that nobody cares about, but I do. When I throw my phone down, everything goes bleep, turns on, and I can do everything I want now.
Oh well,
I've
that's not a reason for the GT3 to be better than the last GT3.
Oh, totally is. Because now I'm going to just drive it all the time.
But they've made it worse to drive all the time. Is what I'm saying. It's better on a racetrack. It's misery on the street.
Why?
Because it beats the shit out of you. The ride quality is fucking horrid, and they've
But
made
you're talking
the front,
to a guy who will daily a
made the-
GT2 RS. I'll daily
It's
a
worse.
GT3 RS.
No, it's worse.
It's worse.
Yeah. It's worse than. It's harsher on the street than any GT car they've ever sold to the public.
Wow.
For
That's
sure,
exciting.
100%.
That's exciting.
And the steering is more darty.
That's fantastic.
Perfect.
All of this
You'll
is
be
good
happy.
news.
You will be perfectly happy then.
And then I would imagine the
yourself.
touring will be for you folks like
The touring
you.
will be
You can buy
exactly
a
the same.
touring.
It just won't have a wing.
I like
The touring
street
will have
legal race
no
cars.
change
I like
in
noisy.
anything.
I like bumpy. I love those
Then
things.
you will. Then
You'll
you
like
will
it a
be
lot.
good.
Here's what I'm a little frightened of is the size of the wing on the spy shots of the GT3 RS. Have
So
you
the
seen
regular
that?
GT3 wing blocks 100% of the usable view out the window.
Good.
And God
I like
help
that.
you if someone's behind you with their headlights on. Because as you're bouncing up and down the
Yes.
405 freeway, you now have a strobe light in your rearview mirror.
Wow. That's
Yes.
fantastic. I love it. But have you seen the GT3 RS wing?
It's even bigger.
It's
They
comically
basically,
large.
They basically just took the GT3 wing and hit 120%.
It's as big as look at that thing.
120%
Look.
scale. I'll tell you what, though. Here's an argument for a bigger wing. If it's 4 inches higher, I'll be able to see out the back.
True. It is gigantic. it is gigantic. You could have, if you turn it sideways, you could use it as a standing dinner
I
table.
would
Like,
add-
those end pieces are huge.
I'm going to add 2 more wings to it, one on the roof and the front, and I'm going to fly.
You need a fling.
I want to fly. I want to go up in the air. That's a little too much for me.
It's a lot of wing.
That's a lot of wing, yeah.
Big wang.
But I'm,
we say that
I'm
every time,
entertained
right?
by it. I really am entertained by it.
Well, that's so they have really brought the motorsport theater to the car. I mean, you don't make a car bigger, longer, taller, wider, and heavier. Give it the same engine as it has before, and have the result be 17 seconds faster around the Nürburgring without doing race car shit.
Yeah, the whole
That's how
underbody of the
you- yeah.
GT3 is smooth. It's got all this crazy ducting to manage the air to the brakes and stuff. It's
Yeah.
really clever shit.
It is. It just beats the shit out of you.
You can see how beautiful it would be without the wing too.
The Touring will look really
that
cool.
little lip of Touring will be great,
Yeah,
right?
but the Touring is not going to have different suspension tuning.
it is going to have that.
No, it's not.
You know that for sure?
Yes.
How
The
do you
Touring
know?
is going to be identical. It just won't have a wing.
Really?
Yes. Confirmed.
PDK?
Both. Touring and PDK for both trims. It's just the wing. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big news.
Yeah.
Then what else are they making?
I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I got, brother.
I
I'm
know
sorry
some
I cannot
things.
help.
But I'm embargoed.
But I'm writing the
Some
piece
big
for
things.
Road and Track print, so I get the car for 4 more days next week.
Which one?
The GT3.
Oh, fantastic. I want to drive it.
So I'll get.
We
to,
saw it. Oh, they brought it over to us. We were out at Santa Monica Airport, and we got a look at it and took a little spin.
I mean,
made
it's-
some noise.
dude. It's like, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's some bad car. Like, I just personally think that last Touring with the stick was the really nice balance of I would like to drive this every day, and I can drive it hard as fuck, and it feels like motorsport.
Well,
feeling.
I owned one,
Yeah.
and I did not drive it. I
That's
found it to
unfortunate.
be a little boring compared to a GT2 RS.
Which is
and
$115,000 more expensive, might I add?
and not a 911R, which is unique and slightly better.
911R is unique and slightly better.
It's the
but
most
unless
beautiful
you
looking
happen
car.
to have one handy,
Yeah.
the Touring gets awful close.
Right.
If you haven't been in a 911R like real recently, they're
I have.
pretty much the same.
I'm in them.
I know.
They are pretty much, but they're
pretty
not.
much. I know.
I just couldn't vibe with the car. It's a weird thing to say.
Oh, that's fine.
But I think if I do jump in the GT3, I think I might do Touring and a PDK. How
Oh,
about
there you
that?
go. Whatever. I mean, honestly, whatever
That
makes
feels
you
like a great 911 that I'll put 1,000,000 miles on.
whatever makes you drive it more.
Right,
Whatever
exactly.
combination you
Exactly.
want. That's literally my justification for saying that I liked the last one better. Because
Yeah.
if it was my car and it was a last gen stick with comfort seats,
Right.
I could sell almost everything else and
Right.
drive it. You know, that's my GMT master, etc. of of cars. It's just universal for everything. And the new one doesn't give me that vibe.
Wait till they start rolling out the special stuff. There's good stuff coming,
I
Matt.
bet. I'm sure
right?
there is.
There's got to be. There always is.
There's always good shit
When
coming.
did the 918 come out? 2015? 2014?
Oh my God, I feel like it was 12 or 13. It's been way longer
It's
than
been
you
a while,
think.
right?
Been longer than you
They,
think.
they could surprise us at any minute with something crazy.
That would be exciting.
Yeah.
That would be very exciting.
I secretly hope for things like 917s.
I mean, I also would like to see like a fucking Taycan GT3 RS. I think would be fun
That's interesting.
in an interesting way.
Well,
I
they're,
mean,
they're
like a
making
hill-
that
hill climb
safari car, I guess.
Yeah, they're doing. It seems like they are doing some type of
Yeah.
safari suspension on
That's
on
a nice
4S, which
yeah,
could be very cool.
Validation for you and your safari friends.
My stupid friends.
But it's true.
I happen to love my fucking stupid
Are you
car.
not into the safari thing? Have you driven one in the dirt?
No, I think that I think it's amazing. I
Oh,
think
okay.
they're great, but at the same time, I wouldn't do that. It's just not. If
That's fair.
if I lived out in Idaho somewhere and I had trails to bop around in, I'd be doing totally different things. I'd have a pickup truck, I'd have rifles, I'd have a safari 911, and I'd live. I would enjoy it. I'd fish for bass.
You'd have a kid named Hunter. Actually, that happens out here
I
too.
could very easily do that. I could very easily pivot and retire to that situation. I like that stuff, but in the
That's
city,
how I
no.
feel about the drift
Yeah.
Hummer.
What about it?
If I lived somewhere in the middle of nowhere, I'd have a drift Hummer.
Oh yeah, you need space.
Yes,
You
right,
need,
yeah.
cheap slab of concrete.
I like my Safari 911. It's
This
fine.
is
It's
nice
good for
right here.
it
What is this?
A gift from Gunther Works. It's like a carbon fiber form.
In dark blue?
Yeah, blue
really
tinted,
nice.
blue tinted carbon fiber. I think it works good in our studio.
I've been looking at it nonstop since we started.
So Gunther Works, they know about.
they make it into
know
a
about
real
carbon
car?
fiber. They
like
do.
to- I'd like
Yeah,
to drive
that's
that.
they use these as samples. So if you're going to buy one, they'll make you one of these, so you can see what the carbon's going to look like.
I like it.
That's where they came from. Yeah, they do similar things. If you go to,
I think Leeby's coming in one.
if you go to
Sunday.
yeah,
For
he's got the
cars.
green car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove that green car last year, and apparently they have made a few changes. Apparently they changed the exhaust. Both Johnny and I called it boomy before. And they put a quieter, more civil exhaust on it. I think they might have changed the wheels and tires and alignment or some stuff. But that car is real cool.
I haven't driven it yet.
It's a race car.
Yeah, yeah.
There's they'll try to tell you that you could go to dinner in it and whatever, but it's
you can go to dinner in it.
You can. It's a fucking race car though. It's so fast.
You're
and
just gonna need a fire suit.
And when you get out of it, you're just exhausted.
Right.
It's it's one
gnarly. Of those. Ooh, I like that.
You would love it.
It's
you would be really into it. I'm into it as well, but I that's not my all the time car. That would be.
I hear you.
That would be a really clear your head kind of fucking thing.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
Yeah.
Really nuts.
Yeah.
But it's those guys they're doing a good job. The cars they're building are very pretty. Their carbon fiber work is incredible. That's their background. Is carbon. Did you know that?
I like that.
Did you know that Gunther is sprung from Vorsteiner, which is a very, very experienced carbon fiber manufacturer? Yeah.
Fascinating.
All right.
I'm just fucking with you. It's Friday.
Should we start drinking?
I'd like to. I'm going to smoke a cigar in a little bit.
Okay.
I really want to smoke a cigar.
The guy...
chill out.
People keep sending us booze here. It's nice.
Who's that?
Folks from Detroit sent us some nice booze.
Really?
Traverse City Distillery, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. People send us lots of fun
Well, we
things
have to do another, Lieberman, Matt Ferris cigar Friday night smoke. So you can come back on my podcast. Remember that one we did out on your porch
session? It was quality.
Obviously we're all tired today, but
it's a quality
soon.
session.
Next week.
I'm preparing for this week-long excursion we're going on with this van we've got outside.
I saw you and Zach are going camping with each other.
And his girlfriend and my
Brokeback
wife.
Mountain style.
Yeah.
Oh, you're bringing the girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's driving that F-150 with the Power Boost hybrid thing, and I'm driving the van.
Right. You said it had a generator in it.
The F-150...
It's got the power bed.
Yeah, it's a hybrid, but you can use the hybrid powertrain as a fucking generator.
No
like
way.
a proper generator.
Like a
that's
240
cool.
volt in the bed, and you can run like a chop saw off of it.
So it's got outlets right on it.
Yeah. One in the bed.
That's really cool.
So that's cool. And
so what do you bring? So you're going to stay out there for the full weekend?
It's 5 days.
5 days.
So we bring food, and they're tent camping. We're sleeping in the van.
Right.
And... the van has a fridge and an induction burner, so we can do some cooking on that.
Right.
And we're gonna, make grill things and fire where needed, and where you legally can.
Where will there be weapons?
Ideally, no.
I was going to leave them at home.
I certainly hope
You don't
not.
bring your weapons out there just in case some drifter shows up?
I don't have any weapons. Zach has some weapons.
Well, a knife.
I
at
do, and that's
least.
how I'll end up sleeping in the van, and you'll sleep in the tent.
Don't you need like brass knuckles or something?
For what? No.
What? You're in the desert. You're in the wild. What if a wild chimp,
A wild chimp
released from a lab, comes after you? Don't you
sure.
bring some
Yeah,
knife?
when
You
you're
got to bring
Area
a Zach.
51,
You're going to bring a
true.
knife, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have like a Leatherman and stuff, but I don't think I'm going to bring anything
Okay,
else.
Leatherman.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like this.
I'm going to give me these needle nose pliers.
I'm gonna have
You
like
watch
some
out.
big ass chef's knives if I really need to fuck some shit up with a chef's knife.
Here's what I
It's
want to
all
know,
right.
though.
So be it, but I don't really want to.
Because I'm about to camp with my kids too, but
bring bear spray.
are you bringing? How
we're
much
not.
food are you going to bring? Like, are you going to cook just at night, or are you going to?
Well, so look, we're doing this trail. That's like it's like 600 miles called the Backcountry Discovery Route.
Right.
So
And where is it?
It's running on the eastern edge of California from south to north.
Okay.
We're not doing the entire trail because we just don't have the time. But we're doing like the meat center section of it, and we're gonna pick it up just off the 40 freeway.
Oh, that's great.
At the southern edge of the Mojave Desert, number 3 on that map that Zach's got pulled up. And then we're going to drive from 3 all the way to, is it the end of 7, Zach? We basically are going to go through the Mojave Desert, through Death Valley, which is awesome, and then down to Racetrack. That's where those, those rocks that appear to move on the dry lake bed? That's Racetrack. And then we go up over the mountain to Lone Pine and end at the Alabama Hills. And then we drive home.
Weapons.
It's all off-road.
You need weapons. One. Are you bringing any sort of satellite phone with you?
No.
No, there's service for
There's
most
service
of it.
there.
For most of it.
Right.
Yeah, there's some kind of service.
And we have
Yeah.
enough people, like if one vehicle broke down or something went wrong, other vehicles could go.
There's going to be three.
And then do you bring a
three
supply of
vehicles.
water for 5
Yes.
days? And what?
Not for but like we're gonna be like
The truck has
We're
it,
gonna
right?
be driving through towns,
you
so
are.
we're gonna pick like 2 days of
Oh, that's
supplies
cool.
and then re-up. And that truck holds 30 gallons of water.
Right.
That is not. It's like it's not drinkable.
Right.
Like you shouldn't really. You rely on it to drink. Like we're gonna bring bottled water, and the water's for washing hands and dishes and whatever. But like this truck is literally got 1,000 miles on it, and it was driven from salt. It's brand new, so
Right.
if you had to drink that water, it's not like old and mildewy. Like that system is brand new. So
What about? Do you have a boom box? The bathroom thing. What do they call those? The bang boxes.
Oh, the boom. Wait.
What?
Like a Yui boom?
what?
There's a little box you put in the desert so you don't foul our desert floor with your feces, Matt.
What?
Oh, if we're going
Where
to
do
the
you go to the
bathroom.
bathroom?
Oh, I mean, there's like
They
places.
call- I forget the name,
I'm
but they're
not
called
bringing a toilet if that's what you
Boom
mean.
boxes or something boxes. Land Rover had them.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Because you're not supposed to defile the flora
In the desert?
in the desert.
I mean, the animals do. Is that big of a problem?
so
I don't
you're
know
not
that.
bringing that. But
I'm
this,
not a
but
huge
this,
fan of shitting in the woods. I like to shit at other opportunities as they come up in a little more comfort where possible.
Yeah, but it's nighttime. You're camping out. You just had dinner.
Well, if you've got to, you got to. But like,
But in that van, there's no
there's
toilet.
not a toilet in the
Right,
van.
right.
No, there isn't.
Right.
There is a small like hot water shower sprinkler kind of thing.
Right.
You use that if you take a serious shit. If you have a big problem, you bust out the shower. You're like, Hannah, stay in bed.
Yeah.
You can shower there, though.
It has a hose sprayer that sprays hot water.
Okay.
So
and then
you
what
can-
is your shower schedule going to be like? I'm being
On
serious.
the
completely
middle
serious.
day, we're
Yes.
gonna go out camping for 2 days.
Okay.
And then the middle day, I think we'll probably get one hotel room. Everybody will shower.
Okay.
We'll get more
So you're
groceries.
going to
and
hotels
we'll-
now.
No, we're gonna go to one hotel room for like 2 hours while people each person takes a shower.
see.
And then we leave.
Okay.
So everyone can be. We
That's
don't
a
need to
good
be
plan.
super dirty on this.
Right.
Like a shower, and then go back out and camp. We're not going to
Interesting.
stay in a hotel. We're just going
Right.
to like use the shower collectively. Right, Zach? Isn't that that's like a thing that we're going to do, right?
What? Rent a hotel room and stuff?
Rent one hotel room, shower in it, everyone get nice and clean, and then fucking go back out and.
Why not try it in the truck?
And honestly, like,
We could also do it in the truck, but we got 30 gallons of water and we've got 5 people, so we're trying to not use
I
all
mean, it
the
would
water.
work, but I don't know. In the desert, it's so dry that you usually don't smell that bad. Just
Yeah.
because there's bacteria doesn't really live on you, so you just get dusty.
It's not like we're going in the jungle. If we were going in the jungle,
Ooh.
and it's not like we're driving shit boxes where you have to have the windows down. I mean, we can be in the dusty parts of the desert. Like we can, we've got. Last time we did this shit, we were in these shit boxes. You had to have the windows down. You get filthy. In
Well,
this,
worse,
we've got-
with the accent, Tom and I cut holes in the back of the car thinking it would help
yeah.
evacuate the dust.
It did not.
It did not. It created a negative pressure zone, so it actually pulled dust into the car. Holy shit,
look
we
at
were
this.
dirty.
Look at this toilet you can get from.
Oh wow!
Coleman.
Look at that little
That's
porta
pretty
potty.
good, right?
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Where do you get that?
Amazon.com.
Oh well, too late now. We're leaving tomorrow.
But the tent goes right up, and then you sit on the boombox.
that's very funny. Yeah, it's a
and
little,
then you
it's a
take
little
the bag with
shit
you, and
Yeah,
then you
okay.
throw it at Zach on the road at speed.
I feel you.
And Zach has the weapons, so you throw it at somebody else.
No, I love all those little things. I really want to do this. I mean, we're
should.
taking the Defender out once we get that roof rack. Which maybe next week. Who knows? Maybe next year. But
Is it gonna fit in your garage with a roof rack on it?
no, it won't. No, it won't fit anywhere except my hangar at Santa Monica. But we're gonna do it. What the hell? And get the little tent, and then the boys and I are taking off.
Cool.
That's why I'm asking.
Cool.
I'm curious how much stuff you bring and what you just deal
So
with.
this
and-
trail goes by. It goes through towns. I mean, it's off road, right?
Right,
But you
right.
still go through towns to get gas and blah blah blah, and there. And it still goes past a lot of bigger campsites that you can stop and camp at, or you can camp on the trail.
So there's help.
But when you pass these bigger campsites, like there's places to poop, so you
Right.
can stop and
Yes.
poop where it's convenient, and
Okay,
then
that's different.
keep moving on.
What about tires?
The van that we have has a spare.
So does the truck.
The truck has a full-size spare, and then our friend Tim is bringing his 4Runner, and he has a full-size spare as well.
Uh-huh.
So if we were to, blow 2 back to back, it could be a problem. But we do have a spare for each vehicle, full size.
Are you sure Tim isn't a serial killer? I mean, he might just be wanting to make his move.
I mean, if he is, he's not going to kill me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm the friend. The friend is always
Tim's
the
too
friend.
chill.
Is okay.
He's too chill.
No, friend is okay.
They are until they get into the desert.
He had his chance in Utah. He didn't take it.
Yeah, right.
I don't normally smoke weed, and I feel.
And then we've got this this app called GPX Tracker.
What's that?
It's you download the trail on the plot points. You just download them, and then you just pull them up in this app. And
That's
now
great.
You've got GPS on the phone.
That's super fun.
Easy. Right?
Well, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And you get some nice weather. It's nice and cool.
It's going to be, we're going through Death Valley in April is good. You know,
Yeah,
not
at least
in
this
fucking
week.
August,
At least
right?
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We got lots of fucking stuff from the people before we...
Questiones?
A lot. Yeah, there's always a lot when Spike comes to town.
I hope I can help.
And what is going on in the super chat? MB is Frenchy says, opinion on the car delays. No new Target allocations. Is there a Porsche delay?
Not that I know of. That's the first time. I just got a Target dropped off at my house
the first
to drive.
time, yeah.
That I
Well,
just
there's,
drove off over here.
There's a
Is this
chip
the
shortage.
chip shortage?
So
Is
there's
that
just
what this
there's
is?
like a car. There's delay on new cars, pretty much across the board because they're just running out of chips. So it's supply chain stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's true of all the food as well that we're eating in restaurants and everything else. The funny delay that I heard about was the cars were being held up at customs here in Long Beach as punishment for the diesel scandal. Volkswagen's
Get the fuck
diesel
out of here!
scandal.
Really?
That's what I heard. Yeah, that things toward the end of 2020
like
were
Chris Christie level. Vengeance?
Yep. That they were taking their damn sweet time and holding back anything that had to do with that company. That was some word from my dealer buddies, but then that opened up. But
there you go. I don't
sorry,
know about that.
I don't know anything about them.
Just coasting. Oh, big donation. Thank you, sir.
Wow, he gave you $100 for that question.
Yeah, he
Sir, we owe you $75.
It's not really just for that. I think
answer.
it's also because this person DM'd me on Instagram earlier, and I gave him lots of restaurant recommendations.
Oh, that's
in
nice.
He's
I'll
coming
do that
to
for
LA in
$100.
June. Wants to meet us at Bill's. Question: have we either driven an AutoZam AZ1? Yes, I have. And if you go to my old show, Tuned on the Drive Network, still up there, my AZ1 review. I drove a yellow one, probably. Fuck, it had to be almost 9 years ago. Weird car, really weird. Japanese K car with a turbo 3-cylinder 660cc engine. They're neat though. Gullwing doors. Chip Manuel says, if you weren't journalists or writers, what profession would you have gone into?
You first.
What would I do if I couldn't do what I do? If I couldn't do this, I would have probably gone back and pursued something in boats or in scuba diving. Like I was a scuba diving instructor back in the day.
I could see
that was really enjoyable.
Going to Florida and chartering a boat from you.
From me, right?
Yeah, to go fishing.
I would love to live on a... Now that I know about this Miami yacht life, by the way, shout out to Miami Famous Yachts on Instagram. Now that I know about this Miami yacht life...
What is that?
It's a dude who is a genius.
Yeah.
Who left the financial industry in his early 40s with some type of nest egg. Used that money to buy a, 55-foot Azimut, which is an Italian motor yacht, and charters it by the day. For
Miami what?
Miami Famous Yachts on Instagram.
All right, I'm going
And he
there right
charters it by the day. And his primary clientele is Instagram hoes who charter the boat in groups together to split the price. They then get drunk and act ratchet and share their content across their various platforms and channels.
Excellent ratchet usage.
And this dude lives on the boat. It's his boat. He captains it. He lives in the big stateroom. And in Miami, it's great because, the big cost of going out on a boat is going to be fuel on a big boat like that. They don't ever want to go anywhere. They just go a half a mile away, drop anchor on the sandbar, and just get drunk.
Anchor, all right.
That's it.
Is this the guy?
Yes, it is. He's a very nice dude. He was really interesting. He talked to me about the whole business that's going on, and
I'm coming to Miami.
Here we go. Hilarious. And if I couldn't do this, that's what you would do. Fucking racket. I'm gonna go to Miami. I'm gonna live on an 80-foot yacht and charter it out for 10 G's a day.
Would you rather fish though than listen to girls in bikinis dancing?
I'm not very good at fishing, and it's a little gory for me.
That's why it's called fishing. You're fishing, you're looking, you're trying. That's the fun of it.
Yeah, and not catching. Okay, Dad. What would you do if you couldn't do this?
Well, I'm not a journalist, so I don't have to worry about that. Writing I hate, but I do it, and I guess I'm good at it. I think I would probably get back into music. I went to music school. I enjoyed playing and writing songs.
What'd you play?
Guitar. But I kind of miss music a little bit. That's probably what I would do. Simple answer.
Okay.
Simple enough?
Sure. Blakesley Woody says, what can be done to give electric cars character and personality besides fake noises and memes?
Yes. There's a lot. I think there's a lot.
Sure.
I mean, I think we were talking about the Taycan, and Porsche really nailed the Porsche driving experience as far as an electric car. The thing's a little heavy, but whatever. They're all heavy. But it feels like a car, right? And you know, we were in it with my kids, and they were like, wouldn't it be cool if it had a bunch of sounds? You could just, you know, have a Lamborghini sound, have a...
People have brought that up repeatedly, where you'd have a sound replicator.
Elon Musk is really the guy kind of leading the way here with fun, stupid stuff in cars.
Right.
And they, you know, think of all the things that were boring and have been disrupted and become fun, right? Cars still are pretty boring. And, you know, ludicrous mode and the stupid fart noises, whatever. It's not my cup of tea. But I like the idea of that. I think there should be a lot more of that in cars. Don't you?
Some of it. I mean, I thought the Spaceballs joke was funny. I thought Ludicrous Speed is funny.
Yeah.
I mean, Spaceballs shit is funny to me.
But it's not just electric cars. It's all cars. It's like right now all you can choose is the mood lighting color. Oh, bad orange to bad red.
Yeah.
Wow, that really enhanced my experience, right?
Agree.
How about something in the...
They're all trying weird shit. I mean, BMW has these weird, like, mood settings.
Yeah.
That Alpina
Veloster has that,
XB7 had these, like, programs that it would play. Like the Juice Me Up mode and the Relax Wind Me Down program.
Yeah,
I mean, just all this car as a spa kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Hire
as
some
all
writers.
cars become egg-shaped, you know, and less interesting, you know, they're going to have to figure out some kind of ways. I think the sound
Why not
emulator
some
would be
horn
fun.
choices?
Well, what's fun with
Horn
the
choices could be fun.
Boat horns. Yeah, why can't I do that? Like my food truck in my neighborhood. I would love that.
EVs are cool because they don't have to meet like the miles per gallon regulations, so they can play with the shape a bit more.
Right.
So that's why you have that truck, whatever, the Bollinger that has the open center thing, like the tunnel. I mean, that's kind of fun. It's like
it is fun.
They can play with how the car is shaped, whereas the gas cars can't do that right now because they all have to meet a certain CD.
I think that is something that they could do better than they are doing, which is really take better advantage of the fact that you don't have traditional powertrain layouts.
Right.
Tesla's doing it pretty well.
Lucid
Their
Motors.
really low dashboard, you know, is a really nice thing. Lucid's doing a great job of it. I think Ford only did okay with the Mach-E in that regard. Yeah. What else we got there,
Look at that
Zach?
wing.
In the video, Solitary Hero says, when I did the video with a Carrera T and Spike's old GT3 Touring, you say that the T has rev-matching. That seems like a deal breaker for the driving enthusiast. Please discuss rev-matching pros and cons. Well, you can turn it off, by the way.
You can turn it off, right?
There's no such thing as a car that has rev-matching where you can't toggle it off.
Right.
It doesn't exist. So... That being said, pros are that if you are learning to drive stick but still want to go really fast, such as at the racetrack and whatever, you can focus on your other techniques and not have to worry about missing a downshift or something like that, right? It's a good safety measure. Also, if you're stuck in traffic or whatever and you're just doing that 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, 0, then sure, it'll save your foot a little extra blipping.
Right.
But I think it's good to learn yourself if you can.
Yep.
But that's it. I don't think it's a bad thing to have. I mean,
Not at all.
Given electronic engine controls, like why wouldn't you include that as something?
It was fun. It's fun to have it there.
Yeah.
Turn it on and off, make some noises, shift, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
I always liked it.
And if it helps, by the way, if it helps manufacturers sell more manual cars,
Right.
then I'm pro that.
Right.
Just let me turn it off somewhere in the system.
Right.
That's all, yeah. Polar Bear, recommendations for a non-OEM deployant clasp for a 22. Strap code, Uncle Seiko. I would start with strap code. They have... And rather than searching for deployant, search for the term butterfly clasp. Sometimes the aftermarket companies use that. That would be my recommendation.
Spelled deployant, right?
Yes, he did. It's not deployment. It's deployant. Michael Gallardo just sold his Omega Speedy Schumacher edition. What is a unique Speedmaster I should look at under $6,000? Well,
Why'd
you
he
could
sell
go
the other
vintage.
one?
You can go Mark II. You
Yeah.
can go. You could do the one that looks like the space helmet. That's the Mark II or the Mark III Speedmasters. Those are pretty
I don't
affordable.
think the Speedmaster for me is one you want to stand out with. I think you want to blend in with the Speed. There's so many of the damn things. There's so many of them. I always tell people, get the cheapest Speedmaster you can find.
The
They all
level
look
of
the same.
satisfaction is pretty much the same.
Yeah, it is what it is, right?
Yeah. I had one that as a loaner from Crown and Caliber that had the Snoopy on it.
Right.
And that was very, very cool. But it essentially made a $3,500 watch into a $15,000 watch.
Oh,
just
really?
because it had Snoopy on it. Yeah.
Right.
Beyond that, it was exactly
What
the
is
same.
the edition that has the the red, black bezel on it?
It's just Speedmaster Racing,
Yeah.
I think it's called. Yeah.
I like the plain Speedmaster. I
The
think
regular
it's great.
one, he's a light crystal.
Yeah.
You know, the plastic crystal and the nice baton hands.
Yeah,
and it looks like it's a chalkboard almost.
Here's
like it's
what
cool.
you do. You spend $1,000, a little more on an old Speedmaster, new in '90s, whatever's the most affordable one, and then use the money for something else.
Yeah,
something
like a nice
else
strap.
rare.
Nice strap.
No, take the $4,000 and pour it into something unique.
Get it in bonds. Old Car Problems says 996s are on the rise, and early C2 in top condition is still below $25K. Are there any other P cars you could recommend in that price range? $25K?
$25K?
Pretty low.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
That's pretty low.
I mean, not even 914s are down there anymore, right?
And I wouldn't spend $25K on a crappy 914.
Yeah, I would be going vintage Volkswagen, but he won't like that. That's tough.
Early Boxster Cayman.
No.
Not even, right? Cayman's like 40.
I mean, you can spend 30 grand on a pretty nice driver quality Cayman. Like the nicest Cayman that 30 grand gets you, maybe an S, first gen Cayman is going to be a nice driver.
But they are making tons of Porsches.
There's a lot.
And as they make more, the other ones start to go down.
And also consider the convertibles, because your money goes further if you're willing to buy a convertible.
Do you know what I do, though, when I have an amount of money that I want to apply towards a car sometimes? I light up my cigar, I go to eBay Motors, and I do the sort. I always add like 5 or 10 grand more, right? They just put in Porsche between $20,000 and $30,000 to see what's coming up.
Yeah.
Because I'm always surprised by how the market is moving. There's always something in there that you go, I didn't know those were so cheap and or expensive. And you start to look around and then you find something. And that's how
That's a
you
good
sometimes
strategy.
can get ahead of the market, because you see
trends.
what's underpriced a little bit and what people are letting stuff go.
That's a good strategy. I like
Right.
that. Kyle K., any favorite new releases from Watches and Wonders?
Watches and Wonders?
Yeah.
What is Watches and Wonders?
It was the online-only watch show.
Oh.
So there was some new releases.
Basil World's
kind of.
replacement?
Yeah, kind of, basically, right? The new Rolex Daytona has a meteorite dial.
I saw that.
It's pretty cool looking. They quietly brought back the Oyster bracelet on the GMT. Both the GMTs.
You
with
know what
Oyster.
I loved? Well, I'm not sure it was they did it here, but the Tudors. They had two Tudors.
The new chronographs?
The two chronos, the black dial and the white dial.
Yeah, they were nice.
Juicy and delicious. I want one. I can't decide which one I want, but those things have all the hallmarks of a very expensive watch.
You're a big Tudor fan.
I like Tudor. And I like the affordability factor, but I guarantee you these things are already selling for double what they because you know why? You've got this Daytona, this new Daytona, the white dial and the black dial,
Go to
right?
the Tudor. Yeah, yeah.
And these mimic those dials, right? That's pretty good.
Same with
show
that,
me the white dial.
Same with that new Zenith.
Right, and they just keep going up because they didn't make enough of them, and white dials are now in the 30s. They're 35 grand for a white dial Daytona. These are what, 12,000 up, and the black dials are chasing them up behind. And then they announce these guys, and you go, well, look, for 6 or 7 grand, I've got something. When I look down, it looks just as good, right?
Yeah.
You know, I love that watch. I thought,
like
what a
that.
beautiful watch that is.
It is a nice watch, yeah.
Right?
And if it has the thinness of a Daytona,
see if you
it's
can
a
get the
winner.
white one up there.
If it's not like super chunky, super thick, you know, if it's on the thinner side.
Oh, this is the video.
The video might fuck with us. There's, that's not it.
None of that stuff. Avoid all of that.
Go back, Zach. Go back to the main brands.
Yeah,
page.
you can
Let me
just
see what else. Wait, what else was here that I liked?
You don't want to show the white dial Tudor? I want to see the white. Show that white dial Tudor.
It was just like the one that just fucking showed. But
I want to see
it.
it.
There it is.
I want to
It's
see
white.
it on your big TV.
It's white.
You have such a nice big TV here. Okay, yeah.
It's got black
Look at that.
sub-dials and it looks like
See, this is-
$5,500.
Put both of them up. You had something that had
Right
both
there.
of them.
There's got side by side. Picture below that. Yeah. It looks great.
Okay, that one.
Yeah, there you go.
This is what I'm going to spend the weekend trying to decide. I don't know which side to pick, left or right. What do you think?
I think the white. The white does
That's
it for
where I
me.
was leaning.
The white does it for me.
Right.
And
But
I think
just
it's
based on
probably
that
because a white date window matches the dial a little better. It doesn't stand out as much as the bottom.
I'm always attracted to the black, but the white really looks like the way to win on
Yeah,
this
the
one.
white's good. That's a good for
What if you-
$5,500. That's a hell of a watch.
Yeah, right?
That's a hell of a watch for $5,500.
I mean, what else?
Yeah.
What else do you need?
Yeah, that's good.
It's perfection,
That's a good one. Yeah.
right?
Nothing at Watches and Wonders really jumped out at me. Mosier, nah, nothing really jumped out at me on this one.
Yeah,
There was
the
a lot
same.
of-
except for these Tudors. I thought they were just
A lot
amazing.
of new colors and
Mm-hmm.
whatever special editions and blah blah blah. Nothing really.
You get
nothing
that
really for me.
Tudor, and then you just wear it for the rest of your life. You'll be
It's a
fine.
good one, yeah. E.T. says, I have a bone to pick. I love blue car interiors. I have an 84 Rabbit GTI and a 92 Subaru, and blue doesn't get dirty and doesn't get hot. Do you specifically hate blue interiors?
No,
What's
I
the-
don't think
what's the
this is a
bone to
question
pick?
for
That
me.
was the end of the. That was the end of his sentence. I don't know. I think
yeah.
I don't think they look very good in most cars, but
It really has to match your exterior. If it doesn't match your exterior, it can be really bad. But a blue interior isn't inherently bad.
I think they're gorgeous with silver.
With
but they have
silver-
to be the right blue. It has to be like kind of a dark, muted gray blue.
There's some bad blues.
Yeah, yeah.
You
If
could
it's
do- you
bright,
could-
if it's
yeah.
Smurfy, you're in big trouble. Speaking of Smurfy.
Navy,
if it's
Navy
like
is
that.
rough too.
That, I
Right?
like that. That a Crown and Caliber?
That's a Cali.
That's the WG?
Yeah.
The white gold?
Yeah.
Let me feel the weight. You got to feel the weight of the
White gold is hilarious.
It's like,
It's expensive, but it looks like stainless
It's
steel.
expensive, but only
why
for
are you
me.
buying that?
Ooh, it's heavy. Yeah. So I can feel successful, but nobody else necessarily knows.
But
The Smurf
right, I
blue is
mean,
good, though. I
why
really
would
like the
you?
blue.
It's a really cool watch. But
Yeah.
I just love stainless steel so much more. But I thought I'd try it.
I
It's
don't know
lovely.
why you fuck with the white gold. My dad has a white gold GMT, the Pepsi one, that before the Pepsi came back.
Right.
And he never wears it, and I don't understand why you get a white gold, but it's whatever. It's for the sly.
There's also the
for
new
under the
one has a
radar.
black dial and
That's
then has
cool.
the blue bezel.
That's cool.
None
I
of
like
it will make you happy. If you're depressive like I am, it works for maybe an hour.
That's so
two, and then you just
so funny.
looking down.
Oh my
those are the
god!
last two.
Two more. Trixie
was
Bavis says, "I have a 718 Cayman manual that I can't afford to break." Okay, it's made me fall in love with mid-engine cars, and I hope in the future to buy a 348 or a 355. How do I learn to be worthy to drive such a thing, heel and toe, etc.? Well,
boy.
like anything else, like we said, you can learn anything on the internet.
But he's saying two very different things there.
How am I
He can't
worthy?
afford to break it, and he doesn't feel good enough to drive the car. That's two different.
and yet still bought it, which
different
I'm very
things.
impressed by.
There's many YouTube videos, including my own, on heel and toe driving, and you just practice.
The car's not as fragile as you think it is, too. Just downshifting, heel and towing is not going to break the car.
Yeah.
Riding the clutch too much, you could fry the clutch. So work on starting from a stop in a flat parking lot for a long time, and then once you get that feel, like, unless you shift from 5 to 2, you're not going to break the car. So just practice.
Yeah. As long as you don't crash at a Cars and Coffee, you're good.
That's the other way. That's the other way to break the car.
Otherwise, none of us know what you're doing in that car, and it's all good. Just enjoy it. But if you crash coming out of the Cars and Coffee, then we all see what you are.
Everybody will see.
That's the way I think. You can think that way too. You think like that, you'll be fine, son.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name. Your initials are AW, and I'm sorry. It's just brutal. I can't do it. It's
Andrzej.
I guess Andrzej. I just said I'm not going to try, and then I tried.
Russian mafia is going to be after you if you don't try.
He's had a 981 Cayman S, a 987 Boxer Spider, and now a 993 Coupe. Where should I look next? GT3 or GT4? Seems like a lot for the street. Yeah, it is a lot for the street. It's a lot of cars.
He knows where he wants to go with this.
All roads lead to GT3.
He already knows. This is a trick question.
All roads lead to GT3.
Of course. Look at what he's done. It's clear. 981, 987, 993.
You gotta
Very tame.
Dip your toe into the vintage.
Yeah, but we know what he likes.
Yeah.
That first car tells us everything we need to know. That second car for sure.
Yeah, there's a GT3 on the horizon.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah.
Spike's Car Radio
Yes.
is doing very well.
Yes.
A rotating cast of Jews in the passenger seat.
Of which you were one.
Yeah.
Johnny Lieberman, Zuckerman, and Seinfeld.
Back in the game.
All upset when Johnny Lieberman had to announce he was officially part of the podcast. Matt Farah immediately called up, and I said, Matt, you're the OG. You're one of the first. This is Lieberman's fault. But I was very surprised by Jerry saying, what do you mean, am I out? Like, what? What are you talking about? I saw Lieberman's post. I go, yeah, he's been in for years. He just wanted to make an announcement. And yeah, I'm just, I don't know if you noticed, I put your name and Jerry's name now in the description of the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's there.
Hilarious.
With a rotating cast of guys, of which you were
funny.
one, because of course, Matt, you and I go back, I think, farther than all of them.
That's fucking hilarious.
Thank you for that, association.
I was just in Detroit thinking about our trip to Detroit with Esquire back in 2014. And I was staying in the worst Airbnb imaginable. It was horrible. And it was right across the street from the stadium, the Tiger Stadium. That's literally where it was.
Oh, jeez.
Do you remember, we were talking about, like, do you remember we were driving down Cadillac Avenue and there was the 12 o'clock boys, the kids on the ATVs doing wheelies,
it was
the
amazing.
whole way down?
Amazing.
The lawlessness of Detroit is extraordinary.
What a great trip that was, for a lot of different reasons.
It was fun.
Someday we'll tell you about the Epstein chapter of that trip.
Oh, yeah, that's some other shit. That's some crazy shit.
But you and I went to Tiger Stadium, right?
Yeah.
We got, like, I just StubHubbed. We had front row seats. They were just available. We're like, God, this is great. They had a cigar bar. We were up smoking cigars. That was such a fun trip.
Stadium was nice.
Yeah,
it's a good stadium.
I remember that with a lot of fondness.
Go look up the Esquire, I don't know, Car of the Year 2014 or some shit. That's where I got the next 6 years of wardrobe were defined by the stylist on that shoot.
Yes.
Thanks for dropping in.
What is that Epstein thing? What are they? We'll have to look that up.
It's weird.
You'll put it together. Just go look. Go watch the special.
Just go dig some things. You'll see. Dig up the bodies. They'll be there. They're there. I promise they're there.
Time.
All right. So Zach and I are going out of town. All content for the next week will be automatically generated.
Correct. We have videos scheduled. We're publishing the Taycan review and the Hyundai Veloster review.
Yeah.
And the podcast with Spinelli and then Spike. That'll be going up. So that's what's
Spike's
happening.
Car Radio is available where you get your podcasts, of course. And you know all the rest of the drills with our shit. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day wherever the hell you are. And drive safe, please. And just fucking stay in the driver's seat of your goddamn cars. Fuck me. Bye.